how are you today? We are in our pajamas. I say we like Max wears pajamas. He does not. You knew that. But I'm in my pajamas and I wanted to show you, I said on Instagram last night, I put a picture up because my Lorac Pro Palette 2 came in the mail and I thought we would do a first impressions Swatchfest with it. And oh, before I forget, I opened up the likes so you can like this video. A lot of you told me you wanted to be able to do that and I listened, so here we go. We'll be on a like system now. So definitely let me know if you like a video. Thank you. I would appreciate it if you'd like. So yeah. This palette came yesterday and I was so excited. I really love the first palette and I was excited that they were coming out with the second. What you get in this, I got this online from Ulta. It became available on the 15th of this month and it should be in stores on the 29th. What you get is, besides the palette, you get a small size Lorac behind the scenes eye primer, which is one of my top 3 eye primers. So it's really great. If you haven't tried it before, you will get 2 with this. This retails for $42. So let's talk about the palette. Let's get right into it. This is what it looks like. The last one, or the first one I should say, is black. So this is gray on the outside. I like that. It's the exact same size and everything, which is nice. I think it's a nice palette. The black really got, you know, when you're dealing with eyeshadows and everything like that, the black really got worse for the wear as time goes on, and I kind of have to dust that thing. But the palette itself looks gorgeous. Now they stayed with the same principle as the first palette. The top row is all matte shades, and the bottom row are shimmers. I think this is fantastic. I love matte shades, and I kind of, the older I get, I tend to veer away from palettes that are all shimmer. I still buy them, but you know, I'm not as excited about them. So something like this I'm very excited about. So I love the color lineup. I gotta tell you, right off the bat, this is what caught my eye when I first saw this online. I was like, navy? A navy matte? Oh my gosh, and it's just called navy. I like how they kept that simple. So let's swatch this puppy. I have my baby wipes here, my baby wipes. Oh, I almost hit myself with a baby wipe. It is ready, and let me show you up close so you can just get an up close view of the colors. On that top row, you have buff, light brown, cool gray. Below that, you have snow. That's a shimmer. Beige, and I'm doing pretty good reading these upside down, or in the viewfinder. Rose, and what does that say? Mocha, and above mocha is nectar. So let's get into those first. Now buff, light brown, cool gray, and nectar are the first 4 mattes in the palette. So I'm going to swatch those. The pigmentation on these, I'm guessing, is the same. Very, very good. Very, very instant pigmentation. Really nice payoff. These shadows, one of the reasons that I would say that the Lorac Pro palette, the first one, is one of my favorites is because the pigmentation is fantastic on the shadows. Now some people don't like their shadows as much as, you know, maybe some other brands because of the fact that there is a bit of fallout with them. I don't think it's too much. I've never had an issue, but I always do my eyes first. So I guess that makes me biased. I don't notice that much fallout because I end up, you know, wiping under my eyes anyway. So I'm doing those first 4 colors. This should be everywhere soon. I haven't heard when it's going to be at Sephora. Oh, does Sephora carry Lorac anymore? Maybe it isn't going to be there. That's awful. Ugh. All right, so those are the first 4 shades. So you've got buff, then you've got light brown, and that cool gray. That is a nice cool gray. That reminds me of Maybelline Color, the Maybelline Color Tattoo. One of my favorite ones. What is it? Not Audacious Asphalt, the other one that is matte. And then you have Nectar on the end, and that's a pretty kind of leans pink on me color. I really like that. So that's the first 4. So far, so good. It's harder for me to like the lighter colors, but with this kind of palette, I really, just because of the shadow quality, I do like the lighter colors. I like deep, vampy colors. I just do. I'm drawn to them, just like I'm drawn to bright lipsticks, you know? Next up, we're going to talk about these shimmers, and we're going to do Snow, Beige, Rose, and Mocha. So that's this first set of 4. Snow, Beige, Rose, and Mocha. And Rose and Mocha, don't those look they look delicious. I could eat them up. So we'll swatch those next. Okay, now as is the case with most brands that of eyeshadows that I work with anyway, in most of my collection, The shimmers on the bottom, those 4 that I just told you we were going to swatch, the payoff on those is way better and way, you know, lighter to the touch, easier to swatch than the mattes. And that just kind of is the way life is, I swear. So you've got Snow, Beige, Rose, gorgeous, right? And Mocha. Oh, no illusions here, those last 2. Those last 2, oh, that's a lot, and I look right there, those last 2. So gorgeous. Very pleased so far. Next, we're going to take the next 4 mattes in the top row, and these are the ones I'm excited about the most. Plum, Navy, Charcoal, and Black. I like how they keep the name simple. There's no illusions here. If you think it's navy, it's named Navy. Yeah, it's a navy blue. Yeah, end of story. I would have loved to be at that meeting. What are we gonna name it? Navy. Duh. I gotta tell you, I just swatched those, the last 4 mattes we have in the palette towards the right side, the end. And I gotta tell you, they're deeper mattes and they swatched a lot better than the first 4 mattes. These colors are, to quote, I forget who said this, but some of you will recognize. These are so deep they'll put your butt to sleep. They are really, really pigmented. Look at my hand. Look at my hand. All right, that is pigmentation, people, and that was with the slightest touch of my finger to the palette. So we've got Plum, gorgeous, that first one. Then we've got Navy. I know you can pick out which one is the Navy. That is amazing. Then we've got Charcoal, which is gorgeous. Charcoal and Cool Gray. Very, very nice job with the grays in this palette. And then there's Black on the end. Gosh, was that in the first one? I feel like that was in the first one. Yeah, so really, really great pigmentation, and I would say they swatched better than the first 4. The deeper colors did well. All right, so we're gonna work with the last 4 shimmers on the bottom row. Chrome, let's let it focus. Chrome, Silver, Jade, and Cocoa. Very, very pretty shimmers. We're gonna swatch those next. Okay, the next 4 shimmers in the palette. I'll show you the swatches, and I gotta tell you, 2 out of these 4 really, really swatched well and seem very, very buttery. Chrome is the first shade right there. Another kind of a, more of a kind of a muted silver, almost taupe. Then there's Silver. Self-explanatory, the brightest one I've got here. That swatched amazingly well. Very, very well pigmented, light touch, swatched great. Jade swatched beautifully. Really, really as well, just as good as the Silver. And Cocoa, that is a gorgeous, gorgeous shade. I'm going to do a lot with Cocoa right now. That swatched as well. But those 2 in the middle, Silver and Jade, really, really nice, you know, infused with color. You know, they're both infused with a lot more color than, you know, some of the other shades I've swatched. So I would say overall, this is a fantastic palette. It seems to be on par with the first palette as far as the quality of the shadow textures. The colors are great. I would say out of swatching everything, the only thing I was a little disappointed with was a few of the mattes, the lighter mattes. Everything else really was a really good swatcher or better, you know. So everything really depends on how you use these on your eyes. So I'm going to work on this on my eyes for the next week and definitely put a post up on my blog. I will mention it, you know, in a video what I thought of the palette, I'm sure. But I'll definitely post swatches and my final review of the palette after using it for about a week. I like to use something like this about a week so you can really wear good color combinations every day and get to know the palette. But overall, I'm very impressed and glad that I picked this up. I mean, it looks amazing. I'm hoping that you all can make it out to the store, you know, to your Ulta and swatch this up when it releases later this month. I'm very excited about using this on my eyes though. So I hope that was helpful, guys. I get so excited about palettes and I am so glad to show them to you and swatch them for you. So we'll definitely be doing this more in the future. I'm hoping that everybody's coming out with new palettes for us for the fall. That would be great. All right, guys, so thanks for joining me and I hope you enjoy your weekend and I will talk to you very, very soon. Bye-bye.